Speaking of robes and preachers and Diddy, I want to play this clip of TD Jakes and Oprah denouncing that they ever went to a Diddy party.
What in the hell is TD Jakes going to a freak party for? Isn't he supposed to be a preacher?
Well, wait a minute. Where is
He gonna
it?
pray over it. Oh Lord, let it go in easy. Let it grease itself down as it slides in. And let some of that baby oil slather its way on into all of the creases.
You know what?
Damn.
You don't need to take another vacation. You really don't.
Ooh,
You
what
don't.
is wrong with us?
All
You
right,
know,
so
I used to represent a lot of pimps and prostitutes. And I'd say, that is a pimp. Do you know what pimps do? I used to represent his dead behind. Do you know what they do? Well, yeah, man, that's cool. Man, you want to get in that?
So, okay, it says here TD Jakes dismisses rumor of a love affair with Diddy as Oprah denies attending infamous parties. So I want to play this clip.
I have never been near a puff party. Never been near. And anybody who knows me knows if there is a party, I'm the first one out. I'm the first one out.
I stopped by Puffy's house for 30 minutes to say happy birthday to him during the day at 2 o'clock with staff people. And out of that came a love affair and all kinds of stuff that I have never seen.
You too?
Yes. Now I'm almost 70 years old. What do I look like? And I am a grandfather. What do I look like at this late date? You know.
I have never.
I don't believe neither one of them. They're just trying to clear their name
I don't care.
to disassociate with Diddy or in doing something dirty. They don't want to they want to act like they were never in a facility of none of his gatherings and get-togethers. Everybody went to a Diddy party after a award show, whether it's the Oscars or the Grammys, so
I've
maybe.
been to an Oscar affair or two, but I never went to one of those parties. I refused.
And TD Jakes saying he never, that's a lie.
TD Jakes been busted too many times.
Well, you know what? He went to, I think it was a Rock Nation luncheon. It was one of those industry parties. And I think Diddy was hosting it. Diddy was there because he took photos. It was several events that he took photos with Diddy. So just to say, I only went to his house for 30 minutes. His happy birthday. It was his staff. It was 2 o'clock. Blah, 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 blah. We don't believe you. Why are you even saying that? Why you even got to come out and say that publicly?
You know what?
What?
There are certain things that don't go together. People that have been career politicians and wind up rich, they don't match because something crooked has been going on. People who are preachers and wind up rich, that doesn't match because you're supposed to be saving souls. People who have too many of the wrong kind of damn affairs, that doesn't match trying to save souls. It doesn't match that you sit there and you have lines of complete fools who are bragging to be able to donate $1,000 to your pimp game. See, that is not good. It is not good when you turn around and you push production after production trying to destroy your black race or anybody else's race and try to destroy masculinity and push a sing-song mess that is trying to ruin half of the human race. Oprah, whatever, Tyler Perry, whatever, all of that sick stuff that is going on, that needs to be stopped. It's mental crack that they're selling. It sells well, just like the drug sells.
So,
and you ought to be ashamed for perpetrating it.
Well, real quick with the Diddy trial, because this is the last week. The prosecutors, they wrapped up today, And so starting tomorrow, apparently the defense is going to start their case, but they're going to be finished by Friday because they're not bringing on any witnesses. They're just going to talk to the evidence. So is that normal?
That's no such thing. You got to put on anything or you immediately go to argument. And what's going on is I imagine they're going to put on some scientific or expert proof about what people have been listening to so they'll have a context. I hope, at least with what's supposed to be a well-financed defense.
Mhm. Yeah. So Peter, because he didn't go today, he said he's going to go Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But he said closing arguments will start Wednesday. The jury will have the case Friday. And before that, what did he say?
They have motions to deal with. And what it is the defense is probably may rest and not put any proof on at all. But I would, with the finances I think they had available to them, have brought in some expert witnesses, clinical psychologists, psychiatrists to talk about the phenomenon that was heard so the jury will get a context. But they don't have to. There's no burden. That's the Fifth Amendment. Wow, we whoopee.
Oh, shit.
What now?
Give me a second. I meant to send him the link to come on because it was something that I thought I did save, but yeah, they're not bringing witnesses. They're just arguing with the evidence. They're just going to submit evidence that they have.
And what they're probably doing is trying to work up what they want the judge to charge the jury. They're going to make some presentations on that, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
See, they never get into this in the popular press, but on a case like this, the judge will be reading instructions to the jury for several hours. He's had to put them together. He pulls down the pattern jury instructions and crafts them, and he may modify them or not. And they'll be able to go over their submissions, requests, special requests for jury instructions. So they're going to have to do that.
So it says Sean Diddy Combs won't be testifying at his bombshell Manhattan trial. His lead attorney signaled Monday, revealing that the mogul's legal team isn't planning on calling a single witness in his defense. Defense lawyer Mark Agnelfilo told the judge that Combs' attorneys will instead present jurors at the federal sex trafficking trial with an array of evidence that prosecutors have already signed off on. The shocking decision is an about face from the Bad Boy Record founder purported plan as of last week to call at least 3 witnesses, 2 of Combs' enterprise employees and a psychological expert. Agnafilio, that's his name, announcement also indicated that the rapper will not take the witness stand to testify in his own defense like he did in the 2001 shooting trial that saw him acquitted. The burden to prove Combs' guilt is fully on prosecutors and not on the hip-hop mogul, so the jury isn't allowed to hold it against him if he doesn't testify or call witnesses.
That's what the instruction's supposed to say.
Yeah. So it says Judge Subramanian is sure to instruct jurors to this rule before the panel starts deliberating, which could happen as soon as the end of the week.
Absolutely. They're going to be arguing about what the charges are.
Okay.
And
so
what's happening is the defense wants time to prepare to go back and redigest the evidence that was brought in through the states with experts.
Is that a good move? Is that a good move to do that?
It's one of the strategies and tactics. I wasn't keeping up with the thing that thoroughly. I don't know what's already in the record. There may be evidence to the contrary. And it's kind of like a lot of what they have is circumstantial. And circumstantial evidence is interesting because the typical charge associated with it says Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the facts of the case may be proved by direct evidence or circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence is indirect evidence. For example, if you hear it thundering and lightning outside and you walk to the door and you see the ground's wet, that's circumstantial evidence that it was raining while you were inside the building, even if you didn't witness it. All right. Now, it must exclude every other reasonable possibility but the fact that it rained. But if you find out that there's evidence in the record that there was a movie production on the lot and they had a tank truck out there and hoses in the air so it would look like rain, that's an alternative to the claim that it rained while we were all in the building.
Mm-hmm.
So if you find there's an alternative explanation to why they're on the ground and the thunder and lightning, meaning they had a sound effects out there and a water tank truck, then you would not be entitled to say circumstantial evidence proved that it was raining. Got it? This is the kind of thing they'll be arguing about.